How did the rose ever open its heart and give to the world all its beauty? It felt the encouragement of light against its being. Otherwise, we all remain too frightened. Some Hafiz poems, that was It Felt Love. I was like, how did the rose ever open its heart and give to this world all of its beauty? There's another one, pretty simplistic. I'm just going to read them really in no particular order. The Day Sky. Let us be like two falling stars in the day sky. Let no one know of our sublime beauty as we hold hands with God and burn into a sacred existence that defies, that surpasses every description of ecstasy and love. Hafiz. That was The Day Sky. All the hemispheres, the happy virus. The happy virus is probably my favorite. It's quick, short, to the point. Happy virus. I caught the happy virus last night. When I was out singing beneath the stars, it is remarkably contagious. So kiss me. All the hemispheres is the name of this poem. Leave the familiar for a while. Let your senses and body stretch out. Like a welcome season onto the meadow and shores and hills. Open up to the roof. Make a new watermark on your excitement and love. Like a blooming night flower, bestow your vital fragrance of happiness and giving upon our intimate assembly. Change rooms in your mind for a day. All the hemispheres in existence lie beside an equator in your heart. Greet yourself in your thousand other forms as you mount the hidden tide and travel back home. All the hemispheres in heaven are sitting around a fire chatting while stitching themselves together into the great circle inside of you. Hafiz is a Persian poet, author from 1300s. Today, in Persia, there is a day of Hafiz. I think it's in October, but also on the Winter Solstice, which is today, December 22nd. This is when the Earth is rotated in such a way that it's cold. It's the shortest day, and that means there's not as much sunlight because of the tilt of the axis. Because of the tilt of the Earth's axis, the equator is getting all the sun, but the northern hemisphere doesn't get as much sun, so therefore there's less light. It's the shortest day, and from what I understand, it's supposed to get warmer from here on out. So this is the day when the light defeats the darkness. So the days have been getting shorter, 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 shorter. Now they're going to get longer, 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 longer. And so there's a bunch of the soil people, the Hopi, Western Native Americans, they do some things, and there's Saturnalia, and then there was some Iranian tradition, and I just basically took their traditions. There's also St. Thomas Day in, I'll say either Ecuador or El Salvador, but the St. Thomas Day, people hang themselves upside down and swing on this big-ass pole. It's a hell of a demonstration, but I didn't understand the point of it. They said it came back from the Mayans or the Incans. So anyways, today's the Winter Solstice, so let's read some poetry. Hafiz. Okay? So, the great circle inside of you, that was about all the hemispheres. It felt love, the day sky, the faithful lover. The moon came to me last night with a sweet question. She said, "The sun has been my faithful lover for millions of years. Whenever I offer my body to him, brilliant light pours from his heart. Thousands and notice my happiness and delight in pointing toward my beauty. Hafiz, it is true that our destiny is to turn into light itself." Is it true that our destiny is to turn into light itself? Is that what our destiny, just to turn into light? And I replied, "Dear moon, now that your love is maturing, we need to sit together close like this more often. How to become who you are. So I may instruct you how to become who you are. Who you are is good enough, moon. So the moon, the faithful lover, we'll do it again. The moon came to me last night with a sweet question. She said, the sun has been my faithful lover for millions of years. Whenever I offer my body to him, brilliant light pours from his heart. Thousands and notice my happiness and delight in pointing toward my beauty. Hafiz, is it true that our destiny is to turn into light itself? And I replied, dear moon, now that your love is maturing, we need to sit together close like this more often, so I might instruct you how to become who you are. So the moon is like, are we going to become light? No, moon, just be the fucking moon. Shit. But the subject tonight is love. The subject tonight is love, and for tomorrow night as well. As a matter of fact, I know of no better topic for us to discuss until we all die. The subject tonight is love for the rest of our life. A suspended blue ocean. The sky is a suspended blue ocean. The stars are the fish that swim. The planets are the white whales I sometimes hitch a ride on, and the sun and all light have forever fused themselves into my heart and upon my skin. There's only one rule on this wild playground. For every sound Hafiz has ever seen reads the same. They all say, have fun, my dear, have fun in the beloved's divine game. Oh, in the beloved's wonderful game. Oh. I don't know, I like that the sky is a suspended blue ocean. The stars are the fish that swim. The planets are the white whales that sometimes hitch a ride on. And the sun and all light have forever fused themselves into my heart and upon my skin. At this party, I don't want to be the only one here telling all the secrets of filling up all the bowls at this party, taking all the laughs. I would like you to start putting things on the table that can also feed the soul the way I do. That way we can invite a hell of a lot more friends. So, at this party, why don't you fucking do something? Why don't you offer something to others? Shit. It's like, what the fuck, you know? Becoming human. Once a man came to me and spoke for hours about his great visions of God he felt he was having. He asked me for confirmation, saying, are all these wondrous dreams true? I replied, how many goats do you have? He looked surprised and said, I'm speaking of sublime visions, and you ask about goats? And I spoke again, saying, yes, brother, how many do you have? Well, Hafiz, I have 62. And how many wives? Again, he looked surprised, and he said, 4. 4 wives, 62 goats. Okay. How many rose bushes in your garden? How many children? Are your parents still alive? Do you feed the birds in winter? And to all this he answered. Then I said, you asked me if I thought your visions were true. I would say that they were if they make you become more human, more kind to every creature and plant that you know. Becoming human. A great need. Out of a great need, we are all holding hands and climbing. Not loving is a letting go. Listen, the terrain around here is far too dangerous for that. Oh, there's a great need. Out of a great need, we're all holding hands and climbing. Not loving is a letting go. Listen, the terrain around here is far too dangerous for that. Why abstain? Why abstain from love when the beautiful snow goose, someday your soul will leave this summer camp? Why abstain from happiness when, like a skilled lion, your heart is nearing and will someday see the divine prey is always near? Buttering the sky. I want to butter the sky. Slipping on my shoes, boiling water, toast and bread, buttering the sky. That should be enough contact with God in one day to make anyone crazy. An astronomical question. What would happen if God leaned down and gave you a full wet kiss? Ugh. If God God, give me a full wet kiss, I would believe. I'd be like, oh man, there actually is a God. Hafiz doesn't mind answering astronomical questions like that. You would surely start reciting all day inebriated rogue poems like this. Not inebriated, but what would happen if God leaned down and gave you a wet kiss? Ugh. God, fucking dry up your spit. I don't want a fucking wet kiss. Ugh. Why not be polite? Everywhere is God speaking. Everyone is God speaking. Why not be polite? Listen to him. Find a better job. Now that all your worry has proved such an unlucrative business, why not find a better job? Stop your fucking worrying, right? And for no reason. And for no reason, I started skipping like a child. And for no reason, I turned into a leaf that is carried so high I kissed the sun's mouth and dissolved. And for no reason, 1,000 birds choose my head for a conference table, start passing their cups of wine and their wild song books all around. And for every reason in existence, I began to eternally laugh and love. When I turn into a leaf and start dancing, I run to kiss our beautiful friend, and I dissolve in the truth that I am. Dropping keys. The small man builds cages for everyone. He knows, while the sage who has to duck his head when the moon is low keeps dropping keys all night long for the beautiful, rowdy prisoners. So the small man who builds cages is more happier than the sage. Elegance. It is not easy to stop thinking ill of others. Usually one must enter into a friendship with a person who has accomplished that great feat himself. Then something might start to rub off on you of that true elegance. Elegance. That's fascinating. So usually the way to stop thinking ill of others is to become friends with a person who doesn't think ill of others. If you don't stop that, I used to live in a cramped house with confusion and pain, but then I met the friend and started getting drunk and singing all night. Confusion and pain started acting nasty, making threats with talk like this. If you don't stop that, all that fun, we're leaving. Get the fuck out of here then. You want to stop the fun? Get the fuck out. Damn thirsty. First, the fish needs to say, something ain't right about this camel ride, and I'm feeling so damn thirsty. Fish on a camel. You're a fish out of water if you're on a camel. Well, you're a fish out of water and on a camel. And you're thirsty. So that's a triple whammy. These beautiful love games, young lovers wisely say, let's try it from this angle. Maybe something marvelous will happen. Maybe 3 suns and 2 moons will roll out from a hiding place in the body. Our passion has yet to ignite. Old lovers say we can do it one more time. How about from this longitude and latitude, swinging from a rope tied to the ceiling? Maybe a part of God is still hiding in a corner of your heart. Our devotion has yet to reveal. Bottom line, do not stop playing these beautiful love games. I want both of us. I want both of us to start talking about this great love as if you and I and the sun were all married and living in a tiny room, helping each other to cook, do the wash, weave, and sew, care for our beautiful animals. We all leave each morning to labor on the earth's field. No one does not lift a great pack. I want both of us to start singing like 2 traveling minstrels about this extraordinary existence we share, as if you and I and God were all married and living in a tiny room. I like the sun. If you and I and the sun were all married, living in a tiny, like passionate lips, there are so many positions of love, each curve on a branch, the 1,000 different ways your eyes can embrace us. The infinite shapes your mind can draw. The spring orchestra of sense, the currents of light come combusting like passionate lips. The revolution of existence, skirt whose folds contain other words. Your every sign that falls against his inconceivable omnipresent body. Imagination does not exist. You should come close to me tonight, way far, and I will be celebrating you. Your beauty still causes me madness, keeps the neighbors complaining when I start shouting in the middle of the night because I can't bear all this joy. I'll be giving birth to sons. I will be holding the forest upside down, gently shaking soft animals from trees and burrows into my lap. What you conceive as imagination does not exist for me. Whatever you can do in a dream or on your mind canvas, my hands can pull alive from my coat pocket. But let's not talk about my divine world. For what I want most to know tonight is all about you. All about you. Alright, this last poem, Astro Dream Advisor. There's actually like thousands of Hafiz poems. When I read these poems, I actually want to read more of that other poem. Does it raise in, or does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or does it explode? What the fuck is a black author from the Black Renaissance? The explosion of culture. Now, plant so that your own heart will grow. Love so God will think, I got kin in that body. I should start inviting that soul over for coffee and rolls. Sing, because this is a food our starving world needs. Laugh, because that is the purest sound. That's the purest sound. I don't know. That's helpful. So, we'll do one more. Gazelle one, Osaki. Bring around a cup of wine and then offer it to me, for love seemed easy at first, but then grew difficult, flooded with their heart's blood, or those who wait for the scent that the dawn wind may spill from her dark, musky curls. Stain your prayer mat with wine if the magoos tell you to. For such a traveler knows the road and the customs, the road. So, for such a traveler knows the road. Osaki, bring around a cup of wine and then offer it to me, for love seemed easy at first, but then grew difficult, flooded with their heart's blood are those who wait for the scent that the dawn wind may spill from her dark, musky curls. Stain your prayer mat with wine if the magoos tell you to, for such a traveler knows the road and the customs of its stations. What security is there for us here in her caravanserai? For when every moment camel bells cry, pack up the loads, the dark night, the fear of waves, the terrifying whirlpool. How can they know of our state, those who go lightly along the shore? In the end, my life has drawn me from self-concern to ill repute. How long can the secret of our assemblies stay hidden? Hafiz, if you desire her presence, pay attention. When you find the one you seek, abandon the world and let it go. Just let it go. So, poems of Hafiz, Hafiz. Number 1.